Okay, so anyone new to the channel, stay tuned because later today I will have a semi-big announcement about something that's going down on the channel. That'll be good, that'll be fun, that'll be happy. But in the meantime, let's just vent. Hello and welcome to FTTR. I am Ewan McQuaid, and today we are talking about Brock Lesnar again. Now, this might get a bit ranty here, a little bit ranty, because if there's one thing that annoys me the most, I think, just in sort of life in general, is just wasted time, okay? Wasted time. And so this, what happened on SmackDown, of course, I will touch upon the Vince McMahon stuff in a video that will come out tomorrow, but let's talk about Brock. Brock returned to have a stare-down face-off with Roman Reigns, and it has since been confirmed that Brock Lesnar will face Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Okay, I physically don't have the energy or mindset to get excited for this in the slightest, because if you look at Brock's career, particularly the later aspect of his career since he made his return against Cena, it has been dominated by Brock versus Roman Reigns. There's actually a list. I found a list. They have had 8 pay-per-view matches in some form or another, all for pretty much the top titles. So I'll go through those, shall we? Let's have a look. The matches that we had were Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 35. We had Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose at Fastlane 2016. We had Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe versus Braun Strowman at SummerSlam. Yes, we had Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 34 in 2018. We had Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns in a steel cage at the Greatest Royal Rumble 2018. We had Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam in 2018. We had Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel in 2021. And we had Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns WrestleMania 38. That's too much. That's absolutely too much. This feud reached a conclusion. It reached a conclusion, and now you are artificially extending that feud for no good reason. Absolutely no good reason. I get that it was supposed to be Randy Orton at SummerSlam. I get that. But if it's not Randy, do something new. There's a perfectly good Shinsuke Nakamura sitting there. There's a perfectly good AJ Styles on the other brand. There's a perfectly good Seth Rollins. There's perfectly good Riddle. Why not just do the match with Riddle at SummerSlam? Elevate Riddle to another level instead of doing Brock again, in which Roman's going to win, Brock's going to go away, and just rinse and repeat. This doesn't accomplish anything in the slightest. And I get that Money in the Bank sells itself off the Money in the Bank. I get that, but Roman should be on there. He really should, because he hasn't defended the belt. What's the point in having it around? Honestly, it's like just mind-boggling that they've gone back to the Brock well again for this feud, because there is nothing. We had a whole year. We've had pretty much 2 whole years of this. We had the 2018 year with Brock's sort of year-long reign, which was all about Roman building to eventually conquer the beast, and then we had pretty much an entire calendar year, well, maybe not an entire, nearly a calendar year, up to SummerSlam to Mania, of Brock coming back and trying to dethrone Reigns. That's nearly 2 years of this feud, and I'm so done, I'm so over it, because there's nothing new that they can bring to this. They've done the Paul Heyman stuff, they've done the Uso interference. I don't understand what else is going to come from this, unless, with it being the stipulation as a last man standing match at SummerSlam, maybe that's a way you can write the belt off Roman, because he doesn't have to get pinned, but even still he can't get up for 10 seconds. I don't know. And to be honest, my sort of cynical brain is thinking this is going to a double count out. They're going to do something silly, maybe jump off the stage, lots of pyro is going to go off, and they're both going to get counted out. That's where my mind's gone to. I just can't. I can't with this feud anymore. It's like, it's done. It wrapped up. Honestly, there's no need to keep going and retreading old ground. Roman needs something new. Brock needs something new. There's so many other challenges. I thought we were getting Bobby Lashley, but no, he's seemingly tied up in United States Championship things. And I think that's the issue, is that with Roman not being around and only having like 4 matches a year, some of these challenges are booked into other places, which then they have to finish, which leaves a gap with Roman. So I don't know. There's so many other things I would have done. Just do Nakamura. You set that up. You literally set that up, and it's gone nowhere. Just have Reigns versus Nakamura. Just cause. Anything at this point is better than Brock. There's nothing. I just don't want to see it. And I'm not excited for this main event of SummerSlam at all. I think they're mad. I think the return of Brock is a mix of trying to get the sort of, what's it called, the media, the press, away from Mr. McMahon, Vincent Kennedy, and get it focused on something else. But this is just not the right way to do it, and has proper dragged my interest in WWE as a whole down, because what is there to care about? We know it's going to be Brock. SummerSlam's in like July or something like that. I think it's in July. I think it's been moved from September. So what? I've just got to look forward to a Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns match for the 9th time on pay-per-view? I don't think so. And I'm going to go on another bit of a rant here, because the issue wouldn't be them having 9 pay-per-view matches in the space of, 8 years? Something like that. The issue is that Brock doesn't wrestle anybody else. He's always in these title programs with Roman. If he was wrestling sort of week to week, or even like quarterly against other people, then maybe it'd be a bit more interesting. But it just feels like we've seen him and Roman to death, and just don't want to see it anymore. Rant over. That's my video. That's done. Let me know your thoughts on this match down in the comments below, and I'll try and reply to every single one of you. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.